Okay guys, welcome back. You're watching the STPL. We just saw Bull versus MSJ, and now we're going to head into our second match of today. It's going to be iRk versus SouL, and now both of those teams very strong. Two of our better teams in the tournament overall, so very excited to see how this series is going to play out. So without further ado, let's actually head on over and start the match off, I guess. So just quickly adding the colors in there on the overlay. But just to quickly have a look currently at the standings of Group B. Just quickly as well. My cat's below me. Say hello, Lucky. Yeah, she decided to join in on the fun. I don't know how long she's going to put up with me shouting in her ear, so she'll probably move soon. But to have a look at Group B at the top, we do have Net Wars currently up 2-0 in their group. The only team to have taken down both of their opponents so far, and the only team to have gone 8-0 thus far in the STPL round 3. So this is going to be kind of cool to see how exactly they're going to play up in the next few rounds. We're going to have SouL Gaming in second. In their first game, they did take down their opponents 4-0. So they have a chance of tying it up with Net Wars if they win here against iRk with a 4-0. But I don't think it's going to be that easy, as just behind them in third place, did go 3-2 in their first week match. It is going to be iRk, their opponents. iRk, one of the strongest teams in round 1, did come second overall. Round 2 they didn't do as well, but still a great team. Lots of amazing players. Following them up here in some say the group of death, we are going to have the round 2. 4th place finishes red. The only team that went unbeaten in round 2 as well until the semi-final playoffs, obviously. Behind them in 5th is going to be DM. They did both go 1-for-1, of course. And then BWL following them up. Psystorm.eu and Clan Revolution as well, tied at the bottom of the table. The first teams to go 0-for-2 in this group. But this is going to be a very heated group here at the top. We already see 5-6 teams in very close contention to making their way into those top 2 spots by the end of round 3. Obviously, if you've not seen the STPL before, the top 2 teams from each of the groups do make it through to the playoffs, and they do win some qualifying points for the round, for the grand finals at the end of the STPL. But without further ado, let's have a look at the maps we're going to be seeing today. It's going to be Katrina SE as map 1. Shin Peaks of Baekdu as set 2. Set 3 gonna be on Neo Ground 0. Set 4 on Plasma. And set 5, if we do make it there, is going to be on Coliseum 2. Now I'm actually just going to turn the music down ever so slightly because I feel like I'm shouting over it and it's hurting my voice. But either way, let's have a look at how these two teams have been doing so far. Both of them 1-0. SouL Gaming actually went 6-for-1 last round. They did win their semi-final. They lost against White. No, they didn't play White Clan. They actually lost against White Clan in the semi-final. Sorry, my bad. And they did win the 3rd and 4th place match. iRk didn't play as many games last round because there was a couple of teams that dropped out of Group B, but they did go 3-for-2, a respectable score against the group they were in. And certainly a very strong team here to start us off. So let's have a look at what our matchups are going to be for this set. So for today's lineup, we're going to have on SouL Gaming, Dandy, Scan, Spire, and Noob. And for iRk, it's going to be Jerry, Oyaji, DeWalt, and Marwin. Now that's actually going to start us off with a TVZ on Katrina, a TVP on Shin Peaks of Baekdu, a ZVP between on Neo Ground 0, and a PBT on Plasma. So a good, very nice, even balance of matchups. Of course, we're not seeing a ZVZ or a TVT or a PvP, but we do have non-mirrors all the way down. Dandy versus Jerry should be a great matchup. Scan versus Oyaji should be great as well. Oyaji, a very strong Protoss player on iRk's lineup. Spire versus a Walt should be fantastic. The Walt's PvC is out of this world. Can't wait to see that game. And Noob versus Marwin should be good as well. Noob, of course, a very strong Protoss player, but Marwin a very strong foreign Terran as well. So can't wait to get into that game either. But first of all, let's have a look at our players for the first game. It's going to be for SouL Gaming. It's Dandy, the Peruvian powerhouse himself. The second place, I believe he came second in BSL 5 if I remember correctly. I believe he lost against Eon Zerg in the final, unless I'm completely misremembering. But Dandy, a very, very strong player. Did go 6 for 1 against Zerg so far in the STPL. So Jerry's going to have a strong opponent here. Did go 4 for 2 last round as well. But Dandy, very well known in the foreign community for being one of the best Terran players. Does race pick Protoss against Terran, but that doesn't really matter too much in this matchup. As for iRk, we're going to have JerryK97. Now, Jerry didn't play as much in round 2, or round 1 really. He's not been overly that active, but it's not because he's not an active player. He certainly is. It's because iRk have such a strong lineup, it's really hard to actually fit everybody in these days. And Jerry in here, week 2 for iRk, Aggie with a lot of faith in him here, sending him out on the first map, which is going to be on Katrina SE. Now, Katrina SE, a very fun map. We've only had one TVZ so far, and that was the one just now between Bulls Fly Mio and Darkish for MSJ. That was a little bit one-sided, but I don't think it's going to be that one-sided this time. Jerry, a very strong CVT player. Dandy, a very strong TVZ player as well. So I can't wait to get into this game. Let's not waste any more time. And let's get started with game number 1 of iRk versus SouL. It's Dandy versus Jerry. And starting us off here in the 12 o'clock position, we do have the Purple Terran fighting for SouL. It's going to be Dandy. Now his opponent here in the 9 o'clock position, we do have the Blue Zerg fighting for iRk. It's Jerry. Now, of course, this should be a very, very fun matchup here between SouL and iRk. SouL and iRk, two of the teams with the strongest lineups in the entire tournament, the whole way through. And it's going to be kind of crazy to watch everything that's going on. And now I'm just actually having a look at like the StarCraft streamers at the moment, just while there's a little bit of a lull in the game while we figure out what both players are going to be doing. I imagine we're going to see Jerry going for a 12 hatch, but we've actually got 201 viewers watching a Villa right now. So hopefully they're enjoying his stream. But I mean, what are they not doing watching the STPL? This is why you guys, you are the smart ones right now. You're not watching somebody who gets very salty. Well, actually you kind of are, but not when I'm casting, which is good. But that's why I don't ladder stream as much, because recently I've been getting incredibly salty at this game. Not to a Villa levels, but certainly enough to make me not want to play the game. So I've been trying to avoid showing off my ladder games until I feel a little bit more confident again. But I should be going back into ladder streaming relatively soon. And what I'm probably going to do, as my partnership application was denied for the second time now, I might start doing it on this stream as well. So if you want to watch me ladder, you can. But we are going to see Jerry going for that 12 hatch. Looks like Dandy going to be going for a very normal 1 Rax expand. One of the things about this map is your natural is behind your main, so a little bit easier to expand very early on. Now the drone going to come in here, be a little bit annoying. Get that full on scout, try and take down the SCV, but will not be able... Oh, nice drone micro actually by Jerry. Gonna put a little bit of extra pressure on Dandy that maybe he wasn't expecting. Now, I believe Jerry is actually Korean, but I don't think he... Age will have to confirm this, but does Jerry live in Korea? Is he Korean? Am I getting him confused with someone else? either way, Jerry, of course, a very, very strong Zerg player on their lineup, and Dandy is actually able to play with turn rate 24. He lives in... No way does he live in London. That is not fair. That means I can't claim that I'm the best UK Terran player, or the best UK StarCraft player, because Jerry lives here now. Man, that's not good. Oh, let's someone time out Aggie for that, so no one finds out. No, I'm just kidding. Don't time him out. But either way, we're going to have a second Rax coming in here for Dandy. So Dandy looks like he's going to go into 2 Rax Academy. He's in... Oh, okay, that makes sense. So Jerry's not been in round 2. Just to confirm to anyone watching the VODs, if you're wondering where he was, he actually went back to Korea for the summer. But here he is back in Great Britain once again. So he's going to be playing a little bit more actively for iRk, I imagine, this round. But obviously, iRk with such a strong roster, going to be having to swap out a few players every now and then. We've got some mainstays on their team. Jerry was one of those in round 1, so wouldn't be surprised if we saw that again in round 2. Jerry brought them a lot of success in round 1. Did help take them to the playoffs along with their other players like Oyaji, and obviously DeWalt in round 2 came in and did a lot of good work for them. But just for the state of this game at the moment, we have 3 hatcheries here for Jerry. Going to be going for a lair at the back expansion. Going to be a little bit safer against drops later on. Dandy going to send his SCV in here. Going to see if he can get some extra scouting information in now. It looks like Jerry really does want to stop him seeing this lair. Now Dandy is going to be able to see that the second hatchery is not a lair as well, but he should be able to see the natural expansion, and we'll see this lair coming in. Dandy back at home, going into that 2-Rax Academy. As I did say, going to be adding an engineering bay on pretty soon as well. Natural is mining for him. And I mean, Jerry's going to scale out the marine count as well. So both of them with pretty much all the information they could possibly want in this game so far. Obviously, Jerry doesn't know whether or not Dandy's expanded or not. He's not actually managed to scout that. But he did see that there wasn't a second Rax super early on, so he should know there's nothing too crazy coming in here. Now, Dandy doing a very good job at keeping his SCV alive. Very difficult to do. Jerry, of course, very, very good with his Link Micro. Obviously, you can just A-click on them, force the Terran player, force the Protoss player as well to kind of do something. But Jerry looks like he's going to be in a little bit of trouble here as Dandy moves out on the map with 9 Marines. That's going to allow him to put on a little bit of pressure. Should force a couple of Sunkens here. Jerry does need to be careful, though, because if these Marines get here and Stim finishes, which it is going to, then he could actually get in before the Sunkens are finished, and there's not really that much here to defend. This could be a big timing for Dandy as he moves in before too many units have been produced. The Sunkens gonna go down, and it's gonna be Lings against Stimmed Marines. Of course, the Marines don't have a medic with them, so any Stim they do is gonna weaken them. But the first medic is coming up here, and GG! Dandy takes down Jerry incredibly quickly. Jerry, unfortunately, playing a little bit greedy there, droning up a lot more than maybe he should have been able to or should have been doing. But unfortunately for Jerry, that's going to be a quick end to his first game in round 3. But it's not going to be an end to Jerry, I would say. And it's certainly not the end to this series, as we'll be heading into game 2 when we get back after this.